Hey there cats, good time of the day to you, I hope you are doing well today. So, right now I've just finished Mutant Football League and this is the game that we are going to hack in this video. And I'm in my season 5, my team is already at 94 out of 100 rating wise. And the biggest rating in the game is 95 by default. And overall, I kinda had enough of this game and I'm about to finish it, but I saw online a lot of people actually wanted an indefinite Dynasty. So why not we cut right to the chase, and why not to try and extend my season 5 to season 6? This is going to be completely fresh hack, but I recorded a line that I've noticed here, so let's just check if it will work. Once again, this is me first time doing it, so I'm not sure if it will, but either way, here's how we get to this line. We go to the player upgrades right here, onto this screen where we upgrade our player. We enter player upgrades, we go to player upgrades, we inspect this, and we need to find context. And from context we got to go into config, inspect, config. Here it is, player context config. And here it is, max seasons, so let's change it to 6 and apply. Now one thing that we obviously have to do now is to access Dynasty state and change it to from Dynasty something to season something. I don't quite remember the values. Oh yeah, so options Dynasty, inspect it, game config, inspect it, and roll down to the save manager, inspect it, containers, Dynasty data, inspect it, and we are in the Dynasty state, and right now our status is Dynasty success. And we obviously need to change it to season finished, like this. And now we can reload it and see where it will be, if it will be. I'm really curious what will happen, because I'm pretty sure the game shouldn't have lines or videos for the 6th season, so we can run in all kind of glitches. Let's roll! Well, actually, so far so good. I wonder if this video is actually not quite a video, but animation, and it will show season 6. Oh no, season 5! So it just treats me like I'm in season 5 again, right? Oh, this intro message is from the very first season. It's like I've just started my Dynasty. But, well, I believe it's one of the several glitches, if not more, that we will encounter, and aside from this message, everything else looks cool, so why not? Let's roll with it. So, before we will celebrate, here's one more thing that I gotta show to you. In the Dynasty state, there are 2 lists of seasons. Dynasty state history and Dynasty state seasons, I believe. Yes, it is. And both of these lists have season capacity, which is currently at 8. And obviously, I think if you wanna go past the season 8, you got to replay these capacity counts in both of these lists. This should be enough, I guess. I never saw any other counts in the game anywhere else, but I'm afraid I will not be able to test it myself, because as I've said, I'm about to finish this game. I can go into yet another season, season number 6, because I want to upgrade several players still, especially my enforcer Raven Black, but boy, going it to the season 8, I cannot see myself doing it, or beyond season 8 to the season 9 to check it out. Yeah, I cannot see myself doing it, sorry, so that's up to you. At the very least, up to season 8, everything should be just peachy simply by changing the Dynasty config line max seasons that we did right now. That should be just enough up to season 8 included. Alright, one more limit I kind of forgot to tell you about, and which I got record a separate video for is the following one. Thing is, in the Dynasty state menu you can find a field that says trading. Trading. It obviously remembers all the players you trade. And so if you press inspect here, you will find out that the capacity is actually limited to the 256 trades. And what is quite important in this menu is that I'm not quite sure if you can actually enlarge it. I mean, it appears that you can, but given that it is written as property rather than as a changeable field, I'm not sure if it is changeable and if you should change it. And each player traded actually takes 2 fields in this list. So right now I have a size of 227. So it means 228 because it starts with 0, right? No. 226 plus 1, 227 somehow. It might have been my tinkering. I've been trying to fix a glitch which I will tell you about later. So I probably did something here. Either way, each trade by default takes 2 fields in this trade data. It records the player that was given to you, and then it records the player that has been given to the other team in return. Yes, in separate fields. In fact, if we will open this, you can see that. Here it is. This player has been sold to Dynsaty Frightman, to my team, and here in 1 will be the player which I in turn gave to the other team. So these two trade datas are a part of actually it says player ID. Is it possible that it takes fucking 4 fields? I don't quite remember. Oh yeah, it probably takes not 2 fields but 4 fields. I completely forgot about it. Here IDs are already different. Sold, purchase, sold. Oh, either way. I'm not quite sure how this thing works, but it definitely takes more than 1 field, and so let's assume it takes 2 fields after all. So with 256 capacity of 256 trades, you actually only have place for like 128 trades by default. So if you make more trades than that, which is possible if you will go for the Infinite Dynasty hack, be sure to try and change this value, because if you will go for your 129th trade, things can go anywhere. So this is one more limit I know of, which is there in the game files. There can be more. More limits can exist, yeah. So just keep it in mind. If you go for the Infinite Dynasty, things can break at any moment. Yeah, because it's a hack after all. It is not a thing that was intended by the game devs. But that's about it. These are the two limits I know about: the limit of the crates and the limit of the seasons by default. Yeah, so that's about it. Oh, check it out. Fail condition unknown. Interesting. Doesn't mean I cannot fail anymore. Well, either way, at this point I guess I will just finish season 6 and will record another part of the video when I'll be finishing the Mayhem Bowl. So I will tell just how much bugs I've encountered during this season. One thing I can definitely tell you, by the way, is that I've only won 3 Mayhem Bowls on my previous 5 seasons, so if you won all 5 seasons, well, I guess it's no biggie. Just like the game showed me season 5 intro video, upon winning you 6 Mayhem Bowls, the game will likely show you the usual 5 Mayhem Bowls video. So I guess it's not a problem. The absence of fail condition kind of bugs me though. Well, let me just play through Season 6, and if I'll encounter any bugs, you'll know about that. Alright, so I've caught a glitch in Season 6. I guess it was bound to happen earlier or later. Thing is, after I finish my game, if I'll click A or X at this screen, the game will work, but I will get a black screen and I won't be able to return to the season dashboard menu. There's an option to circumvent that glitch. You have to Alt plus F4 your game or finish the process by any other way, and when you will return to the menu everything will be okay, except for the fact that experience of your players will not be distributed automatically and they won't be resurrected automatically. And you will have to do it all manually, which is somewhat of a nuisance, not a major one, but yeah, I'd like to avoid that. I'm not sure if I will be able to, but I think I've pinpointed the reason for this glitch to happen. Thing is, it started to happen somewhere during the second week of the season, during the second set of weeks of the season, after the deadline for trading. And I think the reason for it is because the Dynasty critical events are actually have the line that sends seasons in them. So there are no critical events for Season 6. And as the game tries to pick up a critical event, crisis event or critical event, the game calls them by multiple names, it fails to do so and returns a black screen. So I think, at least. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fix it. How to get to the crisis events? You enter DB service like this, DB service in singleton in object search, you search for them, it returns your DB service. In DB service there is a field that says, come on, Dynasty Crisis. There are 40 of them, and you can inspect any of these critical events, and they all have a field that says seasons. And obviously none of these events go for seasons past the 5. Let's try apply 6. I'm not sure if it will work, most likely it won't. Yeah. Oh! Wow! I didn't expect that, but it looks like I've actually circumvented the glitch. That was untested. I've expected to do an Alt F4. And yes, XP was distributed. And players were resurrected. Woo! Oh boy, am I good, man. I've actually spent quite some time hunting for this line. So well, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. So when you start hitting a black screen, you go to DB service, Dynasty critical event, choose any you want, and replace the seasons line from whatever it is to your current season -6. So it worked just fine. I'm pretty sure that there is only one critical event per season. I'm not sure if I ever caught 2 of them. So yeah, this glitch with the black screen should happen 1 per extra season past 5. I'm actually surprised it worked, baby. Oh boy. Alright, well, that was it. Now let me finish Season 6 and see if I'll encounter any other glitches. Alright, and I've lost my very first game in the playoffs by forfeit for the first time during my whole game. Oh. Somehow I lost all quarterbacks. Well, let's see if the season will end as intended. The Dynasty intro track, Danger, actually plays here during the black screen, but I had to mute it and every other instance of the track because copyright-holding fucks block my video if they hear that 10-second long snippet. I wish them all to choke on a horsecock, thank you very much. Yeah, something didn't go right, obviously. Well, let's check it. What's going on in the menu? I need to enter menu system. Playoffs lost. And I'm not sure what's not loaded, but I'm pretty sure that First thing we can do is Alt plus F4 out of the game and just launch it again. This is exactly what happened in this previous glitch which we've just fixed. Unlike previous glitch though, this one should not happen after every game, so I'm not sure if I should even bother fixing it, because Alt plus F4 just once per season and relaunching the game is a fix enough, and even if I'll have to redistribute experience for the players manually, it wouldn't be much of a hassle to do this once per season. Now after every game that's a lot, but once per season it's okay. I guess the game just misses a line somewhere and doesn't really know what to do with you after Season 6, what line to show you, what message to show to you. Oh well. Yeah, Dynasty is over. Here's one thing that didn't quite hit me until after some time. Let's actually try and start Season 7 in this failed Season 6 of mine. So, player upgrades, I believe. Like this? Yeah. Alright. So, player upgrades. And here we go for the context, I believe. And oh god damn it, I forgot it again. Player upgrade, and then we should go for the context, yes. And here we should find Dynasty config. Yeah, I'm doing it right. Oh, here it is, config, Dynasty config. Alright, cool. And here we can go for max seasons to 7. Notice it reset itself to 5. It's an interesting thing. I've never done it before. So that's a first for me. Let's now go to the options Dynasty again. Yeah, like this. Config. Save manager. Dynasty data. And here we go into the season finished. Apply. And just re-enter. And we are in the season 7. Yeah, well, works fine. Works fine just as I've started season 6, so I've started season 7. So, aside from glitches, yes, it looks like this hack indeed can allow you to continue the Dynasty indefinitely. Now, oof, it's really tempting to just continue this Dynasty here. History is completely fucked up now. As you can see, history doesn't even allow me to... it doesn't allow to enter it at all. Yeah, glitches will be amounted, likely. Here is everything correct. Maybe I can even fix somehow that history menu, if I'll really put my mind into it. Oh boy. Well, overall it just works, right? Glitchy, but it was expected. Expected, because we put the game far beyond its limits. Oh! Re-entering the Dynasty actually allows me to enter the history again. Even though still only for the very first season. Well, this is still one trouble less. At least we can just fix the history menu, I mean, make it work again simply by re-entering the Dynasty. And well, if I'll find out how to get to the other seasons, I'll record another bit of the video. As for now, I think I'll reload my playoff save backup for the season 6 and see what will happen if I'll win the Mayhem Bowl. Alright, actually switching to the any history season you want to is really easy. So as you enter this history thing, you go to menu system and then you go to the season result. And aside from season result, you need your good old Dynasty state, I believe. Yeah, Dynasty state and the list of seasons. So in season result, You open the context, this CTX thing, and then you choose any season you want, for example, season 2. You passed it into the context here, where it is, here it is. Context, season, season state, paste. Now you copy it to clipboard, this season result context, and you go to the function of the season result. You evaluate exit, you press paste here on the enter, and you evaluate it, and here we are. Yeah, in my second season, I believe, third season, yeah, where I lost to the Terror Bay Mutanteers with... I was so close to them for fating the game. They only had one line basher left, and this is simply... yeah, that was really close. So yeah, the history menu not showing anything but season 1 after you finish season 6 is uncomfortable, but you can circumvent it, and I've just shown you how. So yeah, moving on. Alright, and so now I won the season 6 Mayhem Bowl. Oh boy. Alright, so let's try and this season. Yeah. One thing I noticed, and I can hear it right now, the commentators, whatever, really stopped make special Dynasty-related lines, so they just make generic lines from the season right now. That being said, my players still come up with the small pre-game intros that are addressed specifically to the coach, and that lines are still related to my last season. And as you can see, we actually got the 4 Mayhem Bowls intro. As I've said, I only won 3 prior to season 6. Oh yeah, and here we go. Yeah, here's a special line as well. Nice, alright. And I'm a Mayhem Bowl winner. And I got the retirement message. Not bad, not bad. So, and unlike my previous attempt to end extra season, this actually even ended without a black screen in reload. Yeah, that black screen most likely happened because I didn't have a fail condition set up, so the game didn't really know what to do with me, to fire me or to get me into the next game, whatever, you know, into the next season. Yeah, probably the absence of fail condition is what causes the glitch to happen. If you'll pardon me though, I won't bother fixing it. I assume that if you go past the season 5, you do not want a fail condition to be there in the first place, so lose season or not, you just want to continue playing. So yeah. Well, now to top it off, let's once again start the season 7. So, once again, mark season 7, apply, and I'll get lost now. Now we need to... No, a little close, please. Now we need to go for Dynasty, options Dynasty, I believe. Yeah, this one. Dynasty, inspect. And save manager. Do I even really need to show this to you? I mean, we all know it will work. It worked even when I ended a glitched season. It definitely will work now. Oh, by the way, while I haven't done it, let's take a look at the history and stuff. Yeah, still up to season 5. Let's start the season 7. Mayhem Bowl, blah blah blah. So Dynasty state is season finished. Apply and reload this mother. Fresh. It will still show season 5, right? No miracles here. Yeah. Oh well. And here we are. in the next season, and history, yeah, history goes haywire after season 6, so starting with season 6, once again the only way to view history per season is manually. We are editing the season result here. Let's try and take a look at history of season 6. Boom, boom, boom. Where's my... Here's Dynasty State, and we need season 6 right here. Copy and into the season context, paste and copy to clipboard. Now go to season result and re-enter manually into the season history that we need. Oh, once again I've chosen season 6, but it's not really 6. It starts with 0, so it's season 5. Oh boy. Where it is? Context. We need this one. Right, paste, copy, exit, paste, evaluate. Alright, good. Yeah, we're in season 6 just nicely. It's really a shame to steal the Mayhem Ball from Purple People Eaters, because, you know, that team is something. It's one of the 3 teams with which I've done the major amount of trades, and so when they won that glitch season 6, which you just saw before, it felt really good in a way. And now and now when I've defeated them, I feel like I've ripped them off. But I really do not want to play season 7, sorry. And yeah, I tell ya, the season 6 feels very different when you're, you know, so deep in with several teams like Purple Mutant Eaters, and half of players that play for them, they played for you in the first several seasons. It's an interesting feeling, you know. Definitely something special for a sports game, I guess. Well, either way, here we are in season 7, and once again, I guess we can go indefinitely to the infinity. We've addressed several glitches that I've found, and honestly, I don't think there's much down the road, at least until season 8. But I guess, you know, that you can go past season 8 as well, and not much new glitches will happen. I guess we've encountered all the major glitches that can happen. And said glitches are the unknown fail condition and the unknown crisis event, both of which are simply can be solved with Alt F4 and reloading the game, but we even managed to fix the crisis event thing, so it's good. It's good and solid hack. Feel free to use it. And I'll move on and show you several other interesting things you can do with this game. Another very useful thing, aside from extending your dynasty past the season 5, is the ability to change the settings of your dynasty without restarting the whole dynasty. In fact, that is the reason why I've started to dive in the whole Unity Explorer thing. I've started my dynasty on the medium easy difficulty, and by the end of season 1 I've got the main idea of the game, the main gust of it. I figured out I gotta increase my difficulty. I increased it to medium, and by the end of season 1 I figured out I played the game so good I need a higher difficulty, and I did not want to restart the dynasty again. There's actually a word in the web that you can change the dynasty settings via a glitch, but I will show you how to do it via Unity Explorer. Besides, it allows you to do several extra stuff that you cannot do by default. So, what we need here is Options Dynasty. On Options Dynasty we open Options Dynasty, and here we click on the game config, and here we go into, I believe, Dynasty Match. I might be wrong, and this is why it is good to keep these settings open, because if you've picked the wrong options, and as you can see there are lots of options here: online match, playoff match, practice match, but I guess Dynasty Match is the one we need. And if we open the right one, as soon as we change the difficulty, yeah, as you can see, the changed option will become yellow, as if we changed it via the menu of the game. So this is pretty much it. You just choose what you want, press apply, and you go away with it. There is also options like max quarter time and overtime time, which are not even present, and say you can turn off the referee. It is another hidden option. I'm not sure if it works actually, because I didn't test it. But I know that you can change quarter time to be like 8 minutes or so easily. Oh yeah, max quarter time is at 7, and yes, I'm not sure how to change max quarter time. It is actually unchangeable here. Maybe we have something in another, but well, up to 7 works just fine. In fact, maybe 8 minutes works fine as well. As far as I remember, it worked fine for me. Didn't it? Let's just start the game real fast. Let me just assemble my gamepad here. Yeah, I'm recording this video in parts, and I've got the batteries out of my gamepad. Yeah, between sessions. So yeah, here we go. Let's check if we will have 8 minutes.
We're coming to you live from Tokyo. The Tokyo win receive.
Whatever.
The ball first.
Let's check it. Yeah.
MFL
And we have 8 minutes. Yeah, that's why I remembered correctly. It does work. The max quarter time line doesn't do anything. It was a while ago. So this is one thing you can do easily. You can change quarter time to be above the max quarter time. I believe max quarter time is an option that limits the default amount of time you can set legitimately, like if we'll go to play now, yeah. But with Unity Explorer you can set quarter time to be whatever you want. So yeah, go wild. Turning on referee, once again didn't check that. It's another thing. You can turn off dirty tricks only for AI and pulverize them. So yeah, all kinds of fun options here. But most importantly, you just have the ability to change the settings of your dynasty without restarting it all. And this was my main aim here. Alright, moving on to the next part. Right, welcome back to the start of Season 6. I have a small number of cool things I want to show to you, so let's start with resetting a season. So, why would you want to reset a season? Well, either things are not going your way, or for example, and you do not do save games and want to play the game straight, so you just want to have another season to try out, or you just say do not like the overall teams that you've got in this season and want to try and re-roll for something different. So let's quickly reset this season. It is a rather easy thing to do. So we start with option dynasty, we go to option dynasty, we inspect game config, roll down to the save manager, expand containers, and go for dynasty data. And here we have once again these two lists: dynasty history, dynasty state history, and dynasty state seasons. So what we need to do to reroll the last season is to remove your latest season by pasting null into it, in boss lists, and then once again in boss lists we have to replace size and version according to a number of seasons you want to delete. Well, since we are simply rerolling the latest season, we just delete the very latest one. Otherwise you can roll back to season 4, 3, 2, 1 or whatever you want. And the last thing you need to do here is go to dynasty state and change from season active status from season active to season finished. So we will arrive properly into the end of the previous season. Oh yeah, and we want a different, yes, we want a different, so to say, how to put it, different teams into this season. So in order to spawn different teams in the next season, we need to open the previous season, which is season 4, as it starts with 0. We are in season 6, so season 4 is actually our season 5. And roll down to the round schedule seed, and we need to replace it with, say, I don't know, 80. Or just 8. Now let's go for 80. And press apply. And now we will have different teams going into our season once we re-enter the Dynasty. We will have all the intros and stuff again. And now, as you can see, our first team is Mile High Chronic rather than Galaxy Chaos. And overall we have a different... how to put it? Damn it, I forgot the word. A different collection, let's put it like this. A different array of teams, a different lineup of teams in the season. What I have to note though is that overall, for some reason the randomizer here, the function that spawns the teams into the Dynasty, doesn't seem to spawn several teams at all. I've been resetting seasons like for dozens of tries, and I couldn't have, for example, Orcs of Hazard spawned. So I will show you very soon how to add these teams into this season manually. But for a moment, let's try, for example, change the team we want to play against. Let's say I do not want to play against against Mile High Chronic. Let's say I want to play against Nuked London Hatriots. So what we need to do to change the current game is to go to Dynasty State again, open the current season and find the round schedule menu. Here it is. And we need to open weeks. The current week is right here, it is week 0, so we open the current week, we open games, and we need simply to find our game, and the game with Nuked London Hatriots to make it correct. Here is our game, by the way, versus Mile High Chronic, and I'm not sure why. It's probably tied up to the rules of the real football games, but there are several weeks where not all teams are playing, so you can easily stumble upon a week where the team is not present. Not this week, but still. Well, in that case, if the team is not present, I bet you are just... you can simply add the team you want to play against without replacing it. Of course, it will make it a bit unfair, since obviously that team will have an extra game or something like that. Once again, I'm pretty sure it's tied up to the rules of football somehow. Or you can actually open another week and remove the team from there. Open if you have weeks available, to make it honest, you know. Overall, all you got to do is just like this, and it is done. You can easily have the team play 2 games a week. Here we are, playing against Nuked London Hatriots. It's just my personal, you know, approach to make everything correct and fairly, so I prefer to replace the team in the game they were originally assigned that as well, like this. So we will have everything nice and, you know, smooth. To swap teams in the playoff, once the playoff started, instead of a round schedule, we go to playoff schedule. And here we have weeks, game week. And thing is, after some extra testing, I found out I can cause glitches right away. For example, I can't swap Tokyo Terminators and New Orleans Zombies. If I'll do that, this whole menu will glitch out hard. So overall, I'm not sure why, but it seems all those numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 in the left upper corner at the team logo, they actually mean something. And unlike during the season, during the playoff, you cannot really swap the teams around freely. So anytime you do that, because overall it's pretty much just like the usual week, here are your teams, so you go around and swap them. but do backups before that, because this menu is somewhat specific. I'm not sure why. It's probably somehow tied to the real-life football rules. I'm not sure what's what and what these numbers mean and why the teams are positioned specifically like that, but it seems that you cannot just modify them as you wish. So keep that in mind, and before swapping teams around, do a backup of your game, just to keep it clean. I definitely did swap a team around at least once, and it all went alright. Fool's luck, I guess. So yeah, this is it about the play of team swapping. Moving on. We can also change easily home and away teams like this. If we, for example, the problem with home area is if we play too much games as home, our own arena can become tiresome, right? So here we are now playing at Nuke Lone Hatreds. There's another way as well. You can actually change the arena, the home arena of your team as well. And we need to do it from this screen, away home. What we need to enter here is to enter team select. And carefully press enter. As I'm not playing on keyboard, I can press enter here. If you're playing on keyboard, well, be careful. Yeah, or you will start the game. If you will press enter more than once, you can press enter once safely. So yeah, we open team select, we open UE temp select, and we go to context, and we go to inspect, and now we need to open this list which says all teams. The list that says home teams doesn't work for whatever reason. It's not up to me. So we open all teams, and I've created this list which shows you which team under which number. I know that my team is number 5, and let's say I want to play at I don't know, where are the Terminators? Let's say I want to play in Tokyo. Arena Tokyo Terminators. Let's roll with this. So we open team number 5, which is my team, and we replace home arena with Ctrl V like this, and now we reload, oh yeah, like this, and we will now play on the Tokyo Terminators arena. By the way, I completely forgot to say, though it should be in the description, that most of the changes we are doing right now, as you could probably understand as we open Save Manager PC, a tab named Save Manager PC. So most of the changes we are doing right now, we are messing right with the save game file. So definitely make a backup of your save game. It should be in users, your username, AppData Roaming MFL. Make a copy of that. But this change, the change of the home arena, is one that is not saved in the save game. It is one of the few changes that you can actually reload the game to drop it down, to reset it. Alright, so what else can I show you?
We're coming to you live from Tokyo, Japan at the World.
Let's keep it. Oh yeah, as you can see, both teams are in their home colors. It is my little modification. It is not made in this menu. It is made in Dynsaty. It is made with Dynsaty to make it permanent. So I will not show you how to do it. I'll just upload the needed file if you want all teams to wear their home colors all the time. I find it more interesting. It's just because I find bright colors are cool, and home colors are brighter than just white away color. What else I can show you? Yeah, during the game you can access a menu of dirty tricks. This is the only menu that I've needed during the game, but most of the stuff are not in the Don't Destroy and Load menu, but rather in the arena and whatever the name of the arena is. And for dirty tricks you just go for dirty and press enter, and here it is, Dirty Tricks Manager. Your dirty tricks usually appear in the list use dirty tricks, yes, and home and away, self-explanatory. And once you open these lists, yeah, it is pretty much like with the seasons. Here is the list of tricks you used, which is empty right now, and the size and version. So when you want to make a dirty trick available again, you simply replace the dirty tricks with null, and then you reduce the size and version and press apply, and this will be it. I'm pretty sure a lot of other things is available in the Arena NG game. Oh no, the good play, yeah, that's a good thing to search for. So we have Play Manager, which has tons of options right here, but I really didn't quite dig through it, because believe me or not, I mostly play this game fairly. Yeah, as crazy as it sounds, but overall there are tons of menus right here, and play on next huddle. This is an interesting one. Oh well, overall I bet there are tons of dirty trick, yeah, tons of stuff you can do with it, but I really didn't mess much with in-game menus. Alright, so what else can I show you actually? Before we'll move on to showing you how to... Oh yeah, one thing I forgot about the teams, important thing about teams replacement, Let's just move on here. Thing is, when you replace a team you want to play with, obviously as you search for them during the weeks which are written in the season, there only will be the teams there only will be the teams which are defined for the season. And if you want to play versus the team that is undefined in the season, you have to evaluate this team and insert it into the season menu. There is a way to kind of select this team, any team for the play. Let me show it to you right now. It's really easy. Where is team select? Yeah, like this. So update and choose the new context. And if we will just copy all teams and put them into the away teams and say home teams, and then I guess we gotta do default user team or whatever. Let's just, for example, and since I have keyboard, as you can see, I can choose pretty much anything now. But if I'll choose a team that is not evaluated for the season, the game will simply crash. Actually, it gave me one idea. What if I'll oh yeah, scratch that. The same thing will happen. But well, let's try it. So what is the name of the team? Carcass City Creeps, yeah? Let's go for Creeps. Creeps. League game. Nuked London Hatters. I'm not even sure that the game will be able to evaluate this value. Oh, it has, whoa, something new here. I need to reload the screen, but we will likely just freeze the game. Yeah, as you can see, when the team is not evaluated and is not in season, that's all you get. In other words, you get a crash, so it's not cool. Alright. So what else I can show to you? Resetting weeks. It's kind of weird, it doesn't... I didn't quite finish resetting weeks stuff. Show team screen. What the fuck I even wrote here? Change arena. We did it. I guess we did it all, save for resetting weeks. See, all right. I'll show you resetting weeks. How to reset weeks right now. Well, at least as far as I came with it, with resetting weeks, and then we will move on to the hardest part of the video, resetting the inserting the teams that are normally not here for whatever reason. Oh, by the way, one more thing that I want to show to you. Yeah, and now we are against Dynamic Krakens. I'm not even sure when you reset seasons. I'm not even sure how that season seed work. Pardon me. But on occasion it gives you very different results. I'm just not sure. Something else might be, some other options might be there. So maybe there is a possible way to spawn Orcs of Hazard without adding them manually. I just haven't found it. It is quite possible, but that's the best thing I can do, and I'm showing it to you. You are encouraged to do your own research, of course. Oh. And one more thing I want to show to you is... take a look at the money, by the way. We now have minus 556, 525. And when we started this video, if you've noticed, we only have minus 200 millions. Thing is, every time you reload the season, the game remembers your amount of money since they are written in the Dynasty data. And when you reload the season, the game makes the calculation again and deduces base for your players one more time. So if you want to reroll the seasons, one of the very important lines is Dynasty State Money, as you can change it to whatever you want and at least not go into the insane debt when you reload the season, say 3 or 4 times. Yeah, this Dynasty State actually has very cool lines like available trades count, available free agents, etc, etc, but let's go to resetting weeks, and for that let's actually go to the previous season. So let's open history and seasons again and just remove the latest season one more time. And oops, that's the wrong list, I need the lowest one. Like this, apply, and Dynasty State we need to change it to say season finished. Oh no, this will simply start the new season. Season finished, whatever, season active should work, I guess. So let's try. Yeah, and so we are in the very last season, in the very last game of the season 5. We already finished the Mayhem Bowl here. Yeah, everything's finished. So let's say we want to roll back to week 5 or so, I don't know. So what we gotta do is to open this season menu, which is once again season 5, so it is 4 here. And what we need to do is to uncheck is over and uncheck is player winner and uncheck made playoffs. Of course, you do not need to do it if you are just if you are not in the playoffs, if you are just on some week or something and want to roll it back. So what we need here is to direct week, and we also need round schedule. We open them both and roll them back, I don't know, to 5 for example. So direct week and current week, apply, and that's about it. Cardinal scenes, really something didn't work here. So what did I forget to uncheck? Let's double check it real fast. Oh, yeah, I've unchecked these, but I didn't press apply. Totally my fault. So check 2. Yeah, here we are. Once again, cardinal sins. Oh god damn it. Yeah, come on now. Regular season. We should be against Deadlanta Vultures. Something doesn't work here right now. Last week. Oh, probably this as well. Yeah, as I told you, I'm not really I'm not really into resetting weeks, I didn't do it much. Oh yeah, result, we need to reset this as well. None. And mode. Change mode from regular playoff to regular season. Will it do the trick? Yeah, looks about correct. Carcass City Creeps. Oh yeah, we pressed it to week 5, but we're on week 6 because what once again? Because the game starts with 0. So yeah, 5 actually means 6. And you see, the problem is, aside from the tons of stuff, is that the game already recorded the victory. So in order to make this hack really crispy, we need to open this round schedule, check all the games, and I'll uncheck all the results from it. So you got to open games, and you got here played, you got to uncheck played and all that stuff, and that's a lot of work. But on the other hand, I never tried it, but I suppose simply playing the week will be alright and the game will rewrite the stats that are in there. So I guess it will work. I didn't try it and I really have no will to try it. Have no reason to try it, really. So I've just showed you how to do it, and if you really want to try it out, you're very welcome. But as you can see, you got to reset all these results as well, and this is kind of crazy. It is easier to simply reset the season at this point. And it is faster as well. Oh boy. But well, I guess this is about it when it comes to various different small hacks. I hope it was understandable enough, and actually this was rather quick. So let's move on to the biggest part of the current video, and that is evaluating teams and inserting them into the Dynasty. Yeah, let's roll. Alright, so replacing one team with another in the season of a Dynasty. I'm recording this bit separately because it's kind of a lengthy job and I want to do it at the moment when I'm preparing for my 5th season of the game. And I do not want to record it specifically for the tutorial, so pardon me if I'm repeating myself at some places, because I'm not sure at which point of tutorial I will put this bit of the video in during the montage. But whatever, so let's say I want to replace Philadelphia Eagles with a team named Vultures. And Eagles with Vultures, yeah, just like that. And there are two types of teams you can add. The first type of a team is when the team has never spawned for you in the Dynasty before. And this is my case with Vultures. Throughout 4 previous seasons, I never had Vultures spawned in a season. So, what do we need? First of all, we need to evaluate our team. And to evaluate the team, we need to do the following. So, let's go to the Don't Destroy on Load as usual. Options Dynasty. Options Dynasty, Game Config, now into our save games, save manager, and containers, expand them and inspect Dynasty data. Here we have all our seasons, and we can open them right here, seasons, and my season is season 4, and now we have league, here are our 18 teams. In order to find the one we need, we can actually go to the get team function and evaluate it. So we need Philadelphia Eagles, which as far as I remember is actually named Philadelphia Lethals. Philadelphia Lethals, let's just press Ctrl F. Yeah, here they are. So we Ctrl C this ID and we enter it here via Ctrl V and evaluate. And here's our team, and actually we still need to find it in this list, pardon me. Yeah, Since we actually need to replace Philadelphia Eagles, we need to know which number do they have in this list. And as far as I remember, this list doesn't get their number, so the only way to figure out under which number is Philadelphia Eagles is to figure it out manually by pressing inspect and inspect on the Liga team data, which will show us their names. Mile High Chronic, it's not what we need. Now Team 1, Los Diablos Harbingers, it's also not what we need. Team 2, Galaxy Chaos. It can take some time, but there is no better way for this one. Blitzburg Steelheads. Team 4 is Hexen Oilers. Team 5 is... it's my team. Team 6 is Baltimore Razors. Team 7 is... oh, come on, press it. Tokyo Terminators. Yeah, just my luck. Philadelphia Eagles will probably be the very last one. Team 9, Malice Hellboys, oh boy. Team 10, Deadskins, oh come on, I'll just press the last one. Yeah, Philadelphia Lethals, oh boy, I just knew it. Alright, here Philadelphia Lethals, the very last team, let's just double check it. Yes, the very last team. And as we found it, as we press inspect in this window Liga team, we actually have a function that allows us to evaluate the team. And so we need to enter conference, division, team config data and DB service. So let's do it one by one. Conference and division doesn't matter which are the original conference and division of the team are in the game files. This function can evaluate the team into any conference and division you want it to be. It works just fine, I can promise you that much. So Philadelphia Eagles in the corporate division under Mutant Conference, so let's do just that. Corporate Mutant, yes. Team config data. Now this is tricky. The best way to get team config data is enter this menu. Oops, this one. Yeah. And now we have to enter in the Don't Destroy and Load a search for team select. Be sure to press enter only once, especially if you play with the keyboard, you don't want to start the game. So we press enter. Oops. Yeah, team select without the space, pardon me. So here's our team select on the menu system. This is the one we need. So we open it, we go to the MFL UE team select, and we need to find CTX or context. Here it is, context. And we inspect it, and here we have the very first line in the list of all teams. Luckily I've already gone through all these team config datas and I've made this fine list, so the team I need, the Atlanta Vultures, is a team number 6. And we need its config data. Here it is, team number 6. We copy it. Let's double check it. Yeah, the Atlanta Vultures. This is just what I need. So we already copied it and we return to Liga team and we paste our team config data service. Finally, team config data string service. Team config data. Well, we just input it here with via paste function. So finally, DB service. DB service can be found via object search of a singleton. DB service, just like this. Yeah, here it is. Just click it. Come on, and press search, and here it is. And we also copy it to clipboard, return to Liga team, and we press paste. And now we press evaluate. Here's our new Liga team, but so far it is a bit unfinished. See, I'm not sure how this function works, but it has a lot of data which is not necessary. Namely, all the lines above data, if you look at the Liga team that is in our Dynasty, as you can see, they're null. I'm not sure what they do or what they don't do, but I prefer them to be null as well. So we clear keyboard to be null, and we press paste on everything that we do not need. And here under league team description in the data, we actually have several empty fields which are needed. Luckily, one of these is just team config data, which we can fill from the team select context. So once again, team number 6, the Atlanta Vultures, right? 6? Yeah. So we copy that config data again and we paste it here. Just triple check, yeah, the Atlanta Vultures. And team settings, they actually can be loaded. We need to open our league team which already exists, in our case Philadelphia Eagles, which I opened a bit before, and I enter this team description and I enter settings of Philadelphia Lethals, and here we have a function which is named team settings load. It can load the settings according to the team config data. And our team config data has already been loaded into the clipboard, copied into the clipboard, so we just press evaluate, paste, and evaluate. And we have loaded settings for the Atlanta Vultures. We press them, we pass them into our team description, and it's done. We are here with the Atlanta Vultures team, so we return to the league team. We evaluated the Atlanta Vultures here and we copy it, or we just return onto the league team that we've created here, and we can copy it to clipboard this via this button. Either way, you copy the result of the Atlanta Vultures to the clipboard, and now we can paste it into the season instead of the team we wanted it to be. So 17 Philadelphia Eagles, we press paste and it's pasted. Pasted, not ever. So let's check it out. Standings, the Atlanta Vultures. Now we have one more problem. If we'll run our game now, the games are during the weeks actually recorded to be of Philadelphia Eagles. In fact, if I was pitched against Philadelphia Eagles right now, the game would have frozen. The game wouldn't even let me enter this menu if I were pitched against Philadelphia Eagles in my very first game. In fact, I will show it to you a bit later, just in a moment. So, the Atlanta Vultures, yeah? If you will play a game right now, I'm not sure if it will actually crash the game anyhow if AI plays against the AI, but either way, nothing good will be if we'll play the game as it is. We actually need to replace Philadelphia Eagles with the Atlanta Vultures in every game of the week throughout the season, in order for the team to actually participate in the season. So we return to our season manager, season state window, and we go to round schedule. We open it, and here are weeks. Here are 15 weeks that we are going through in this season. So we just got to open all of them. And there is really no manual way to do this, unfortunately, or instead I haven't found any. And you got to do all this manually, which makes adding a team on that you want to face during your dynasty playthrough very well tedious. And this is probably the most tiresome part of the whole operation. If any of you know the way to make it automatic, please do share in the comments, but this is the best way I know, and the only upside of it is that I can't guarantee to you that it works, because in my previous season I've added as much as I believe 3 teams into the season, and I was able to finish the season from start to finish. Finish the season from start to finish. My English still sucks. Finish the whole season, yeah, and it worked quite alright. So here we need the Atlanta Vultures ID, and you can once again load it from the file. We know Ctrl-C from the TXT file. So we press game, and we got to find Philadelphia Eagles here, and we got to replace them with Vultures. So here we go. Pardon me. And yeah, tedious, long process it is. And it looks like just my luck again. Perhaps I should start from the last games because... yeah, of course they're in the very last of it. So we press Ctrl V and we press apply, and now we can copy it, and now we can simply press paste from the Unity Explorer clipboard, not the overall Windows clipboard, you know. Yeah, as you can see, in some weeks there are only 2 games, so the team actually cannot not participate in a game during a week. As you can see, only 4 teams are participating during this week. So yeah, it happens as well. It's alright if you cannot find a team during some week. It is possible. It is possible that the team takes a day off. Of course, when you are doing it, it is very useful to make a backup of your game pretty much after every other game, because, you know, in case you forgot to replace something and just happens. What for example, this one I talked into the mic, and I believe Philadelphia Lethals, Philadelphia Evils are not here, are not in this week either. Yeah, I can see them here. I can't see them at all. In fact, oh, here they are. Lucky me. Well, just press paste. Paste, like this. Alright, that was quick one. Inspect. Dead skins. Here they are. And just 10 more weeks left. Really, I would really appreciate it if anyone could find a way to do it manually. Oh, here they are. Well, moving on fast, I'm being lucky with this team, so far at least. Once again, since you gotta do it manually and there are really no any safeties in this type of operation, it is really welcome to do a save game backup after every game, so in case next game will glitch, you can return to your previous save game and fix it all up. And yes, all the stuff, it goes into the save game, believe it or not. One thing is for sure, or at least, you know, 99% for sure, because I haven't seen it so far, is that a team cannot participate in 2 games, well, in more than 1 game in 1 week. So once you find them, I'd say it is pretty much safe to close the week and move on. Philadelphia Lethals, here they are, and just 5 weeks left. Oh, lucky me, jackpot. And week number 3, Galaxy Chaos, San Francisco, here they are. Week number 2, Galaxy Chaos versus Full Metal Mayhem. That's a cool game, really. That's a game I'd actually like to see. Maybe one day I'll launch it as a spectator. These teams are killers. Here they are. And one last week left. And this is it. This is how you replace a team during the season. Yeah, pretty much during the season. It is of course better to replace it not in the middle of the season, but you know, you can do it at any part. And yeah, we can load these guys here from now on. If we will click far enough, here they are. We can create players. Yeah, it works just fine. Now, first of all, let me open the first week again and replace, let's say I want to play with Purple Mutant Eaters instead of Galaxy Chaos on my first week, so let's do a quick swap. Here are the Purple Mutant Eaters, and I shouldn't be far. Player games are usually closer to the beginning. Here we are. So let's go against Purple Mutant Eaters. I just want to make 1 point. Quite, you know, quite clear to demonstrate. So there we go. Right, we are pitched against Purple Mutant Eaters, and it will be a good time to quit to the main menu and make another backup of your save game, because as we replaced a whole team, while we are replacing the second team, we don't want to fuck it all up and replace the first team all over again, don't we? At least I definitely do not want to do that. Alright, so back to standings. So let's say I want to replace Purple Mutant Eaters with New Orleans Zombies. Let's close everything that is related to our previous team replacement. League team. Yes, this we will need. So, starting once again, we need to find Purple People Eaters in the list of the teams of the league in our current season, and I believe while I was searching for Philadelphia Eagles, I didn't see Purple Mutant Eaters, so they should be somewhere closer to the end of our list. Here they are. This was team number 13, weren't they? Inspect. Yeah, Purple Mutant Eaters. Now, let me do something like this, so I won't mistake. Team number 13. Am I recording this? Yes, good. Alright. So, starting as usual with evaluation and Mutant Independent, Mutant Independent, and now team config data, zombies, team number 24 in the list of all teams. Here they are. Copy 24. One more for good measure. So copy and copy DB service and evaluate. Now, the problem with this evaluated team is that when we evaluate the team this way, it gives us the standard roster of the players without taking into consideration all the trades we've done through the previous seasons of the Dynasty. So if this team already was in the Dynasty, it is safer to copy the player stats, these fields, player stats, regular, from the previous season that this team was participating in. In my particular case, New Orleans Zombies, I'm sure that they were against me in the previous season, which is season 3, I mean 4, but it starts with 0, so 3. And here we actually can use the get team value and get the New Orleans Zombies with string from a notepad, Ctrl V, evaluate, and here are New Orleans zombies, and we need to copy these blocks. Player stats, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. As for the team stats, they are actual team statistics and they should be zeroed out during the start of the season. In fact, here is our purple people eaters, for example, and team stats, as you can see, they're all zero here, even though purple people eaters, purple mutant eaters were in the previous seasons, just as New Orleans zombies. It's just the right way to do it. Meanwhile, the player stats, they're not as much statistics as actual lists of players. So yeah, we need to replace only the player stats, which are lists of players that are participating in the team. And this is what we got to do if we evaluate the team that has already been in the Dynasty. Overall, I'll leave it to you to inspect. If you want to dig further, feel free to press around these buttons and see what is inside all this stuff. But meanwhile, we also need to finish these two things, just as with our previous examples. So, Team 24, config data, double check. Yeah, these are zombies. And now, team settings. We need to load them from the team description. Inspect. Load. Oops. Paste, evaluate. Here they are. Here it is. Paste. And now we can copy our team and paste it instead the team number 13, like this. So, one more time. The reason it is important to replace the player stats is because when the game doesn't read the players, or better to say, when the game reads the players that you've traded with that team during your previous Dynasty seasons, and it reads it both in your team and in the AI team, it can lead to some glitches. They're not fatal, but they are, well, rather unpleasant, and it is better to avoid them. And as for glitches, as we replaced the team I'm actually pitched against with New Orleans zombies, if I'll now quit this menu, well, the game will not freeze, but it will get into a, into a, so to say, into a cycle it would be hard to get out of. It will not freeze, but we will probably have to close the game via the Alt F4. So we need to go to round schedule, open our current game, which is, I believe, number 1. No, then I believe it is number 3. Yes, and replace purple mutant eaters with zombies, like this. And now we can exit this menu safely. Yes, we are pitched against New Orleans zombies. Once again, I'm not sure if we will, if the AI versus AI plays will result in some kind of bugs, but it is better to replace all the weeks. And one thing that will for sure result in a bug is weeks where you actually face the team you replace. Which doesn't happen here, but if it was here, I would have to replace that week absolutely. Either way, I prefer to replace all these weeks just to be safe, but this is my problem and I will do it now and will leave it to you when you do your own replacements. Good luck with that. This is probably the hardest bit of this tutorial. Now let's get back to something else, I guess. Alright, back in Season 6, what can I tell you is that adding teams manually, even though it is quite a tedious task, it definitely works. If you look at my standings here in Season 5, I can tell you that I've added as much as 7 teams into this season, so pretty much almost a half of the season's teams were added manually in Season 5 by me, and even though it took me quite some time, it worked like a charm. Even though I did a backup of my save game after every game of the season, I never once had to revert to any of those backups. So, yeah, even though this stuff is slow and takes quite some time, it is possible to add a lot of teams, pretty much all the teams, into the season manually, and it will work. It will work just fine, confirmed. Yeah. So, what else can I show you? Let me show you how to add tasks to the players. So what you need is to go to this menu of your desired player job. So I want to add to coverbacks, so add a task to one of my coverbacks. So I choose coverbacks and I go to this menu, and you can pretty much start from this point, but to make it clearer, let's actually choose the player that I want to work on, and let's take a look at his tasks. Yes, I'm pretty sure all this guy have to get to the legend is to get an MVP in Mayhem Bowl, and I'm pretty sure it is impossible to do it legally. Yeah, I play very bad on defense, and what we got to do now is to search for player upgrades with space. And I already actually did it here, yeah, but yeah. So, once you found player upgrades in Don't Destroy Unload, you click it, and you click it here, and you go for context line, which is actually shortened to CTX in this instance, and you click inspect. And from this point, you go for upgrades. This is a list, in this case a list of 6, because I have 6 coverbacks, so there are 6 coverbacks. Unfortunately, numbers do not mean much. If we will pick 3, Slice Cube is player number 4, so it might seem logical to pick 3. This list doesn't show names, but it shows body, human, and it shows that his rank is All Pro 2, which actually corresponds to Barbaric Dozer. He is human and he is All Pro 2. Slice Cube is a All Star 3, so we gotta search for him. Let's choose 2. Black Human, All Star 3. Oh, we've already found him. Cool, that was fast. Lucky me. So, here we got to go for achieved goals. Here he's achieved goals, and we gotta go to inspect. And here are all his achieved goals, and from this point we can work. I believe we got to do what? Yeah, all we got to do now is to increase the size and version of this list to 1. Press apply on each of these, and now we got to add the completed task, which is a usual string, and we can add it like Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. Surprisingly or not, this is the first time I'm actually using it. All my goals have been reached legitimately. But let's try it out, just for the sake of trying it out. To test it, we can update displayed values, and yes, it appeared here. So now if we will reload, well, I can only assume that it is there. Maybe if we'll try or upgrade some. Maybe we need to play a game or something, I'm not sure. But I can tell you for sure that it is there now. Now let's try to reload this menu actually. Like this. Oops. Nothing quite works. Maybe he needs clusterfucks as well. I'm not even sure how to write clusterfucks actually into this stuff. How much does a legend need to become a legend? Over 95. Should it work? Let's try to upgrade him to the maximum. Where's my cheat engine now? Cheat engine. Cheat engine. MFL 360. Will I be able to locate it? Yeah, I will probably be able to locate it. Say that these are these, so let's try and boss one by one. Let's reset this to the... oh, yeah. Alright, that was easy. So let's try and finish this player. Just out of pure curiosity if he will become a legend or not. Oh my god! Ah! What I need now is to go to Dynasty state. Oh, which is Options Dynasty. Yeah, here it is. Inspect. Save manager. Inspect. Dynasty data. And 0, 0, 0 apply. Finally. Oh boy. Well, let's try and, I don't know, run a game, maybe.
We're live at
Pum pum pum.
It's the Nashville.
Yeah, whatever.
Welcome to week 1 of a new MFL season. Well, it's the first day of the season.
And save and quit. All right. Well, actually, to upgrade our player to the legend, we probably gotta remove something easy like kill 5, for example. Let's try and remove it. Player upgrades. Here it is, right? Right, yeah, no. This. List string. So let's go down to 12. Let's copy and paste this string and let's replace kill 5 with MVP Mayhem Ball, like this. As I said, I never really tried this on any player. Anyway, if we will... Yeah, as you can see, the kills have been reset to 0.5, so I can tell you this much: once I'll get 5 kills on Slice Cube, he will get to the legend. I'm not sure why it doesn't trigger correctly. Well, probably you gotta get this thing legitimately, you know. One thing I can tell it to you definitely is that it works. It works like this, so yeah. Alright, several games later, I've got 5 kills and nothing changed, and I can only assume that this is a glitch. Thing is, even if I'll add clusterfuck goal to this player's completed goals list, just like this, if you will look at the clusterfucks right now, as you can see, it changed from 0 to 1, but the whole thing, the goals, they do not become checked, they do not become green. And normally, when I do this, they do become green. To demonstrate it to you, let me show to you the Silver Moon here. And we need to go to the player upgrades right now. Yes, update displayed values and open the new context. And now we need to find Silver Moon here. Let's just look at his hands value, 58. Let's now find Silver Moon. Hands, 88. And hands, 42. And hands, 46. 58. Here he is. So let's take a look at his achieved goals and what does he need. Max passing touchdowns in game. Let's just copy it from some other player. Max passing touchdowns. passing touchdown in game 3. I guess this one will do just fine, so let's go to his list. 12, 12, apply, and paste it somewhere here, like this. And let's just check it now. And as you can see, it became green immediately. And now if I'll upgrade something, it doesn't have anything to upgrade. What if I'll upgrade just some random stuff? Oh, fuck me. I've already spent $1 million. Oh, how did I manage to do this? Ooh. Yeah, pardon me for showing you an untested thing again. This is the worst part of my tutorial, I guess, the player upgrades. But let's just try and do it real fast. So, options, data. No, inspect. Containers and Dynasty data. Yeah, not options data, Dynasty data. And here it is. Reset it to 0. Apply. And let's just try to upgrade something. Yeah, as you can see, the goals work just fine when you add them manually. I didn't even have to play the game. You can add the last option just fine. The last goal, you can add it just fine. It should become green immediately, and then you can just upgrade anything you want, and your player will jump to the next level. Very simple. It should work just fine. But I never tried it with my defense players, and I got this. And well, it's definitely a glitch, but luckily I know how to circumvent it. I wanted to kind of move on to this option gradually, but alright. We kind of moved to it gradually because we encountered a glitch, and now we need this second option. So we select the player upgrade, which is related to our player, which is this. Black human, well, slice cube. This is my player, which I've selected, the player upgrade from the upgrades list. So we select this thing when we can move on to achieve goals. Anyway, I think you understand which menu is this by now. And we move all the way down, and here we have things that say complete current goals. The method that says complete current goals. So we press evaluate, and we have everything like this. Now, as you remember, we've tried to upgrade everything and it didn't work because for some reason the player does not move on to legend because of his skills. I guess it is programmed somewhere in the game. But another method we have, this says make legend, and we pressed evaluate, and just like this, slice cube is now legend. Easy peasy. So in fact you can even ignore adding all this stuff manually. Let's here, for example, the goals for band Bourbon. So let's go to player upgrades, update displayed values, open context again, and now upgrades, and let's find band Bourbon. He is human, so it will be easy. Werewolf, and another werewolf, and black human. And human, here's band Bourbon. So instead of adding these goals manually, we just can go and press complete current goals, evaluate, just like this. Now if we will go here, as you can see, all the goals are completed. Even more, if you look at achieved goals now, it says 11, but as I open it, it switched to 13. I didn't even have to click update displayed values. When you open lists like this, the game updates it automatically. Anyway, it switched them from 11 to 13, and the point is, game writes all the needed lines accordingly, so it does everything nice and correctly. When you press complete current goals, all the needed goals are written down into this menu, just like if you added them, manually. I hate English language, and it hates me back. Alright, So, now that we've completed our goals, as usually, we can just upgrade whatever we want, and here we go, our player is upgraded accordingly, everything works just fine. So this is how it goes. This is how it goes. Either you add these goals manually and then upgrade a point, unless your player is a legend, because the legend seems to require a function which you activate in player upgrades, and that function is make legend. I believe you can press it right now and the player will just skip All-Star, but I don't want to do this. I don't want to cheat too much. I'm not even sure what legend does. In fact, it's pretty much the same as All-Star. What do those ratings do at all? I think the only thing that matters is upgrades, but yeah, whatever. That's how you upgrade your players, so if you wanna do it, go wild. Either manually or via the complete current goals option. Oh, well, this is it. Let's move on to the next part of the video. What else can I show to you? Oh, player IDs bug. Oh yeah, this is nasty one. Thing is, one thing I noticed is that if you start a season and a team that missed a season appears... Alright, let's start it over. I'm not sure how to put it correctly. Let's say in Season 1 you picked to trade with two teams, Galaxy Chaos and Full Metal Mayhem, and you traded some players with them. You moved on with Season 2, where Full Metal Mayhem was present and Galaxy Chaos was not. So in Season 3, when Full Metal Mayhem and Galaxy Chaos appears again, Full Metal Mayhem will have a correct lineup of players, while Galaxy Chaos will revert to their default players, because the team was not present in Season 2, if you follow me. And so Galaxy Chaos, some players will exist in both your team and Galaxy Chaos team. I'm pretty sure this is what actually causes this bug, as I watched carefully through for how it works, how the game works. And the way you can fix it is you can the way you can notice it is that when you can go into the player trades menu and pick a team which is bugged. If you will go into the menu like this, the players will be the players that exist in both your team and the opponent's team will not be present on the list, for obvious reasons. You already traded them, and neither will be the players that you traded them for, because the game forgot about them somehow. The easiest way to fix it will be to choose the Dynasty state and to go into seasons and to choose the season when the team was present. So in my example, if you remember, we chose Full Metal Mayhem and Galaxy Chaos was absent in Season 1, but it was present in Season 0, so we can go to Season 0, and if you remember what I've pretty much told you like 10-15 minutes ago, we can go to Get Team, we can punch in Galaxy Chaos, like this, we can go Evaluate, we can go to Inspect, we gotta pick them in the season, in our current season as well, and then, just like when we move teams manually, we gotta copy all the player stats from this team into other team. Copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. So this is how you fix this bug manually. The problem is in case Galaxy Chaos was, say, then absent, you didn't notice this bug in Season 3. You've made more player trades with Galaxy Chaos in Season 3, and then Galaxy Chaos was absent in Season 4, and then in Season 5 you've noticed this bug. Well, then the only way to do this is to manually pick these wrong players out of the list of player stats and copy paste these players manually, which can be quite hard because the game once again doesn't notify you of their names anywhere here. All it does notify you of is the player's GUID and that they are quarterback, their position, you know, their rank, you know, all that stuff, but it doesn't directly say you the name of the player, and I'm pretty sure you cannot pick it up anywhere here either, whatever. Well, there's really no other way. But, well, it's tedious, once again, it's tedious, but if you'll go into management and just try, say, with your team, so open your team, like, I know my team is always under number 5, as far as I remember. It's actually under number 5 in a different list, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it is number 5 indeed. So if you'll go to your team and say pick a quarterback and press inspect so you can pass him back and go into the team you want to mess with and then copy past quarterbacks one after one. So let's reload it now. So as you can see, one of my quarterbacks is now Barada Klotu. And let's check another one. So yeah, it takes some time, as you can see, doing it this way, but ultimately, in the end of the day, you will get, yeah, it's Polipka pronoun, Polipka pro, something like that. And now let's restore my quarterback. This is why I've opened his tab, so I can now copy it to clipboard and paste it back, and my quarterback will be returned to its rightful place. So yeah, ultimately, even though it is tedious, it can be done. You can find the missing players and paste them onto their proper place. The good part here is you do not have to care about this bug much at all. The game handles it rather nicely, and even though the players present on both teams, it doesn't cause any further glitches I know of. I assume, though, that they will have different stats. So the upgrades that you apply to the player in your team doesn't apply to the player in their team. So yeah, if it doesn't bother you much, you can ignore it. It bothers me because I find this part of the Dynasty particularly interesting, as you can not only edit your team, but by using the player crates, you can indirectly edit other teams as well. And it bothers me a bit that I have players of the same name on both teams. Besides, it is just, you know, peculiar. You can add non-robot players to the Tokyo Terminators team, for example, and it is interesting stuff. And so yeah, this bug bothered me, and I've just shown you how you can get rid of it. I hope it was understandable. I'm in a bit of a hurry here because this video is already an hour long and I'm trying to make it as short as possible. Anyway, if you do not understand anything, obviously you can always ask your questions in the comment section and I will do my best to reply. This is pretty much it for the video, so you can stop here. Good luck to you. And for those of you who want to listen to the end, I have just a couple of closing thoughts for this video. And thought of the day number 1 is about Unity Explorer. You know, it's a two-edged sword, because from one point of view it is kind of simple, you know, there's no some kind of higher ground in it, so to say. I know it sounds pretentious, because it is, but there are no hexadecimal codes, no some kind of debuggery, memory functions, PowerPC kind of stuff, you know. It's also simple, so pretty much clearly laid out for you in Unity Explorer. On the other hand, though, it is definitely a blast, and I like it in the end of the day. Thanks to Unity Explorer, I did things I will probably never be able to do with Cheat Engine, or at least never as fast and as comfortable as I can do them with Unity Explorer. So yeah, in the end of the day, I definitely like it. And closing thought number 2 is about Mutant Football League itself. I gotta say that I had a blast with this game, tons of fun. And I feel like it is worth noting it because last time I played a sports game was more than 10 years ago, and it was FIFA Street 2. I do not play sports game often, so this was a kind of a dubious game for me. I really didn't know if I should go for it or not. I did a hack for Madden NFL 12, but I only did a hack for it. I didn't really play this game, and MFL that game. And MFL, I really played it, and I really liked it, and it's quite a blast from the past, you know? It's quite a faithful remake of the original MLF. Good thing, really like the MFL, and I really do recommend. The creators of this game, who are also the creators of original MLF, well, at least the director, so to say, the guy with the main idea. It's the same guy, and during the years between MLF and MFL, he had his hits and misses, but MFL is definitely a hit and it's a bullseye. Great game. So if you think if you should jump into it or not, I'd say give it a try. Tons of fun, good game. And this will be it. Man, I didn't even show you much and it's still an hour-long video. Well, thanks to everyone who watched it from start to end. I really appreciate you being with me, guys. Stay cool. Good luck.